Mellow greetings and welcome back to the Brutal Start on Mimas with me, 54 Bear, otherwise known as the Complete Idiot. Right, this is just a quickie. We have some fern seeds. That's good. Add those to the collection. And we will harvest the hell out of them because they are super annoying. Well, it's going to be a long while before the tomatoes are ready. Our basic food group is potatoes. Yeah, I should just plonk these back. I do need to make some more hydroponic trays because I need to expand this so that I can build up the seed things. I just wanted to get some of the new crops that I got through the seed trader working. I don't really know if I want to put the ferns back just because they explode all over the place. And I'm kind of okay for oxygen because I can always go and get more oxide, so I don't really need them other than to get some seeds on them. So yeah, I'm going to leave them. I mean, they'll be okay on the floor for 11 or 12 hours. So, yeah, I'm just going to leave those as is. And I have still not remembered to open the helmet before trying to mush a potato through it. So if you guys have recently watched my little mini sub-series on getting the Sterling generator up and running, congratulations on making it through. It turned out to be a much longer series or process than I thought, because I kept tweaking it and I seriously messed up what I wanted to do. I mean, it's not got to a point where it won't work, it's just not doing things quite in the way that I had intended. I basically wanted to keep two separate tanks, and I ended up mixing them both together. Easily done when you get into the funky piping stuff. Alright, so that's got rid of the annoying chirp. This is empty, but I should have a fair amount of water in here. Yeah, 12 litres. So that's going to be good for quite a while. So I'm not going to bother refilling that tank just yet. All right. Well, I did it the wrong way around again. Close and lock. There we go. All right. So we're up to 105 megapascals in here. And let's see, just before I vacuum it out, 72% oxygen, 20% CO2. So yeah, I could do with pulling some of the oxygen out. What I might consider doing is expanding sideways. You know, just make the starting base a little bigger and, you know, extend it a couple of blocks over here and maybe put in a hab, maybe even think about getting the printers inside. As you can see, everything is left on. I haven't needed to worry about this because the Sterling generator does work. I did expand the cooling and went a bit silly with the pipes just for reasons, but having the big radiators inside and their vacuum components outside seems to work. The temperature in there is probably going to be very, very low. Okay. Oh, right. Yeah, I redid some of the wiring here. You'll notice the data connections on both batteries are connected to this grid. You know what? Let's use a good old network painter mod to illustrate the point. So yeah, the yellow cable is going to be the data network, and the power for the airlock. This little red section, this little section here, let's make it orange. This is just the power supply side. Actually, that might not be, yeah, that's super clear. And then this will make, for the moment, pink. So I have roughed in the wiring for 2 more Sterlings, just in case I feel like adding them. I might do, but probably not for a while. Right, so in here, we do have a little pollutant left over from the welding. It's mainly oxygen and nitrogen though, and very cold. And equally cold in the radiators outside. Now, I don't have any logic controlling when the Sterlings come on. That's something that definitely needs to get added. But I can turn it on and it immediately gets up to 8 kilowatts of unit power measurement thing. I know it's not real electricity. So even though the environment operating efficiency is 85%, to be honest, I don't think it really matters at this stage of the game because we're generating 8 kilowatts. So this room will heat up, but it does take a while. You see the temperature down on the bottom right here, it's clicking up like 1 degree a second. We're going to hit 100% on the batteries long before we get into superheating the room in here. So this cooling system I'm going to call a limited success. One of the comments on my previous series on Mimas was, and unfortunately I can't find it, so I don't know who to give thanks to. They were basically saying create a closed system, using pressurized stuff rather than a bunch of pipes up on the ceiling and a whole bunch of passive vents, which is what I had tried. And having a closed system with pressurized gas works much better. So now we're at, the efficiency is creeping up. I think minus 15 or so is where it hits its beginning of 100% operating efficiency. But I said, to be honest, I'm not too concerned. This is the manifold that I have, the inlet or the input manifold. This one here that's not connected to anything, that'll be the advanced furnace. I probably won't bother with that tank up there. It's already fairly cool. It's only 800 degrees, whereas the stuff coming in at the moment is, just under 2000 Kelvin. The stuff that's in the pink tank, which I haven't actually touched yet, is over 2000 Kelvin. So the temperature will eventually drop because I'm just operating it as, with a loop back thing. So the cold side is the room, basically, when you're looking at this. So I think we are okay. I mean, it needs some logic. That will get added in here to this yellow pipe network. Ideally, I'd like to use IC code, but what I might do for those who are still a little gun shy on getting into IC code, I'll probably do it in chips just to go over how to set up a Schmidt trigger that way, rather than have this thing constantly cycling on and off. Okay, and there we've hit 100% on our batteries. It will immediately drop down a bar on one of them because I have a whole bunch of things turned on. It's nice not to have to worry about power quite so much. So I've got some electronic parts in here just in case I feel like building another Sterling. If I do, the room will heat up faster, the batteries will charge up faster, and the gas will cool down faster. So it's probably worthwhile. Going to 3 or even 4 is probably not going to be worth it. Having that much heat coming in the room will well, I would say it would overwhelm the cooling system, but to be honest, it doesn't really matter. So we may be in a situation where more Sterlings are better. Anyway, I just thought I'd give you a quick update. See the Sterling's working.
Power low.
Yeah, no. Power low, which is really power is at 50%. And just put a request on the suggestions forum or in Discord asking that we can possibly tweak those. It would be nice, but I don't know if the devs will really listen. I do need to print up some more big batteries. I have the resources to do so. But we are, with, I think, the Sterling system working, we've got over the major hurdles of any start on Mimas, which is water and power. I mean, we do have, we could go a little bit with solar, but to be honest, there's so little to be gained there. I've never really found it worthwhile. So, yeah, I mean, as far as an early start thing or a brutal start goes, yeah, Mimas is eminently doable. If I can do it, anybody can. I haven't had to use much in the way of phase change. The only thing, I guess, that does use it is the water cooling. And that's basically simple. You extract the water from whatever tank, let it cool down, it condenses, you collect it, you drink it. Yeah, we'll probably need to scale it up though. I mean, the next phase of this particular game would be a big expansion of the greenhouse. If you aim to make your base self-sustainable, then you need to be generating volatiles and you need to be generating oxygen. The oxygen is relatively easy. You're converting carbon dioxide into oxygen using plants. That also gives you your food. The water, that's where you're going to use a large part of your oxygen and whatever you can generate, whatever volatiles you can generate through composting. I got halfway to figuring that out on the main Mimas playthrough, but as I said, at this stage, it really combines into one. We've got over the brutal start challenge. We got the survival hut. We got the method of getting breathing gas from the ices that we can mine. We've got a foothold in getting crops growing. So we're on the way to becoming sustainable. I will probably keep going with this one, maybe even in preference to the other more advanced member space I have, just because I kind of like the footprint I've got here. My style of base building has always been to go with separate rooms with dedicated purpose, rather than a single base that encompasses everything. Quite frankly, I'm very bad at that kind of design, which is why I don't do it. So I lean into what I do know, which is separating everything. Now, obviously, as we have fixed the power generation side, then there will be more things that get added. So at some point, I'm going to have to sort out the power network, because to be honest, everything else is on the same network. So if I recolor this to white so it stands out, there's it comes out of that one APC and it feeds everything in here. There's a separate APC inside here which deals with a little hab greenhouse, but again it draws its power from this same white network. So at some point we're going to get into an overload situation, and that's not going to be good. So that will be one of the challenges to come. and that will follow in future episodes. Join me if you will. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, all that good stuff. If you have any questions or comments or observations or complaints, please let me know in the comments. I have received a couple of notifications or requests or observations that the playlist order was screwed up. That was entirely down to me not understanding how YouTube works. I'm still very much a YouTube noob, and I'm learning as I go, so thank you for your patience and forbearance. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. 54 Bear out.